It's time for this week's mailbag. Mailbag.
It's that time where I answer your questions, and like I said before, I take these on Instagram every 5-Star Friday. I post it up on my story at Dustin Starr. You ask the questions, I give the answers. Let's not waste any time. There's some pretty good ones this week. The first question is kind of a two-part question. Were you a fan of ICW? I won't lie, I had to actually Google to see what ICW was. Insane Clown Wrestling? Man, I haven't heard that in forever. And just to be perfectly honest with you, I was a fan of the Insane Clown Posse as a kid growing up, but I never actually saw an episode of ICW. The other question on that two-parter was how popular was Randy Savage in Memphis compared to Jerry the King Lawler? And just to be perfectly honest with you, that was a little bit before my time, but as far as I know, and going back and watching and hearing all the stories and everything, it wasn't even close. Nobody compared to the popularity of Jerry the King Lawler. Even Lawler as a heel was way more popular than anybody else. I don't know if anybody came close other than probably superstar Bill Dundee. But Randy Savage did have a good run here in Memphis, which catapulted him to the WWF and, of course, WCW and all the other good stuff. But when we say that everybody's come through Memphis, we mean everybody has come through Memphis, including the Macho Man Randy Savage. But his popularity just kind of paled in comparison to Jerry the King Lawler, just like many other legends that came through. Next question, how's Maria feeling? She's feeling pretty good, man. She's actually feeling pretty full, though. Every time I put my hand on her belly to feel the kicks, there's nothing. But then she'll send me a video where this kid is kicking so hard in there, it's like a trimmer. You can see the belly moving. I mean, it's pretty weird, but pretty cool. So anyway, my Maria is doing well. She seems to be craving all kinds of Sonic, maybe some Dave and Buster's. What did we have the other day? We had Crystals the other day. Oh my gosh, I got to stop telling on myself. This is crazy. But anyway, my Maria is feeling just fine and the baby is doing well. Next question, thoughts on AEW opening up and selling out tickets to Daly's Place to fans at 10% capacity. Now, I've heard that it's 10 to 15% capacity, and they did sell them out. There was a stink on the internet about people selling these and scalping these tickets for more money. Like, I saw some tickets for like $410, but I don't see how that's a problem for AEW. I don't know how that they would take care of that, but Tony Khan stepped up and he put out a post that they will not tolerate it. So I don't know how you can police that, but man, these tickets they went fast and people are scalping them and trying to get the tickets however they can. But I think it's okay. I mean, as far as I have heard, everybody on the staff is tested and everybody wears masks. Everybody in the attendance at Daly's Place will have to wear a mask. And from what I know, they actually have security out policing this, telling people to pull their mask back up. And now if you're in a group of 4 to 6 people, you have to buy those tickets together. They're not mixing up the groups or anything like that. So as far as it's done, as long as it's done safely, I'm okay with it because we're starting to dabble into the world of live events once again with our Superstar Tribute. And then also we're helping out with the Lauderdale County Fair with live pro wrestling. So temperature checks will be mandatory there. Masks are mandatory there as well. So we're doing everything that we can to be safe without just staying at home. And I think this is the first step of things to come for AEW. And I think other people are going to follow that model. And I think WWE will be doing that very, very soon, even though they just announced and debuted the big Thunderdome, which I thought was really spectacular. But I don't have a problem with AEW doing it as long as they do it safely and they police it like they should. Next question, will you be competing or involved on the UWN Primetime Live? There's been conversations, but as of right now, I am not booked. So to answer your question, simply, no, not yet. But would I fly out to Hollywood, California for something like United Wrestling Network's Primetime Live? I got 2 words for you. Oh, yeah! But unfortunately, I do not make the decisions on that, so you'll have to reach out to David Marquez of the United Wrestling Network and let him know if you want to see 5-Star there in some capacity. Can't wait for that show, though. Next question. Do you have a name picked out for the baby? Yes. To answer it quite simply, yes, we do. Next question. Wait, I bet you want to know what the name is, right? Guess you have to wait like everybody else. Or just follow me on Instagram at Dustin Starr. Next question, last question. With the pandemic still among us and no live shows, can pro wrestlers really say, let's go make some money? Can they? Yes. Have they? Yes. Will they? Yes. I know there's a pandemic. There's not many live shows, but there are some. You have drive-in shows all across the country. You've got socially distanced shows all across the country. And you even have some wrestling events that really just don't act like there's a pandemic going on at all. So, to answer your question, yes, they can say, let's go make some money. But at this point on the independent scene, I really don't know if it's about these guys and these wrestlers and making money. I think they just want to get out of the house. I think they just want to go perform for the fans. I think they just want to get out and get active. Does that mean it's right? No, not unless it's done correctly and safely. But then there's always arguments on exactly what safely means. But with the pandemic still among us, very few live shows, absolutely professional wrestlers, if there's a show, they can go make that money. That's all we have this week for the mailbag. Look forward to answering your questions every 5-Star Friday. You can go to my Instagram channel at Dustin Starr. Go to my story and it says, ask me anything you want.